We're here on the Lower East Side of one of the most global cities in the world, New York, to see if we can define what an Afro-Latino is. Also, to see if people can tell the difference between the blackness of an African-American and an Afro-Latino. Let's see what happens. Can you tell me what comes to mind when you hear the term Afro-Latino?
I think about mixing different races.
I guess someone who's like real jazzy, but has like Latino roots and heritage and things like that.
Or they could be from somewhere with African American descent. Maybe like Haiti or Dominican Republic.
I'm thinking of someone more like a Brazilian kind of South American person.
Someone who's from African descent but has Latin culture, Latin roots.
I look at myself. And reference Afro-Cuban Celia Cruz.
But I think, of course, of people, like descendants of African slaves who have been in the Dominican Republic and Brazil and all over Latin America.
That's actually really good. So I'm gonna play a quick game. Do you think you'd be able to tell the difference between Afro-Latino and an African-American?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think it's very hard to like profile someone based on appearance, but I could give it a shot.
Let's give it a shot. Christina Milian.
I would say African American.
African American?
All right, answer. She is in fact Cuban.
Okay, that's great.
Gina Torres.
Ooh, Afro-Latina.
Afro-Latina.
What gave it away?
Torres.
That'll do it. Let's see. She is Afro-Cuban. Jackie Robinson.
I'm gonna go with African American.
Sure about that?
No, he looks a little Brazilian or something like that. So I'm gonna go with Afro. What is it? Afro-Latino?
Afro-Latino?
Afro-Latino.
He's African American. You should totally not pay attention to me.
Yeah, you're trying to trick me here.
President Barack Obama.
I think he's from the Philippines. No, so Afro, that's not Latino though, so African, no Latino, I don't know.
African-American. African-American. He's from the Philippines?
I have no idea.
You know stuff I don't know. Carmelo Anthony.
I think he's African American.
Same.
Okay. He's in fact Puerto Rican and African American. Roberto Clemente.
Well, Clemente is Latino, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna go with Afro-Latino.
All right, he is in fact Puerto Rican.
Well, there you go.
All right, you're on fire, sir. You're on fire, sir. Zoe Saldana.
Oh, I'm gonna go, she looks exotic. I'm gonna say African Latino.
Afro-Latino?
Yeah,
Exotic like Avatar exotic or Colombiana exotic?
like Colombiana.
Okay, that's good because she is Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Okay, all right.
Kid Cudi.
African American. I'd say African American.
You are absolutely right, except that he's also Mexican.
Oh, did not know that.
Do you think you'd be able to tell the difference between an Afro-Latino or an African American?
Well, yes. Well, depends what you mean. If I can tell you on a theoretical level, and what are the differences? If I can look at them, if I can tell the difference, probably not.
Oh, I want to hear on a theoretical level. I'm going to add just 40 seconds to that.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go too much into like the details about ethnic boundary making, but you think because they all look black or colored or whatever you want to call it, they're the same. Obviously they're not. Like all people who have a fair skin tone, they're not the same. They're so different in their how they define themselves, in their what they eat, how they dress, how they think, how they are brought up. So obviously people who are brought up in Latin America, just by being black, they have not much in common with people who are brought up as African Americans with the tradition of African Americans here in the United States. So, of course, obviously there are many differences. But if you dress in the same way, I would not be able to tell you this is an Latino American, Latino African, or this is an African American.
This guy, this is definitely his field. I like this.